Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Nevada, and we're back with playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And in this one, I believe I'm going to be going ahead and add a face cam, or I'll go ahead and try. So with that being said, let's go ahead and log in. Alright. Alright. So we are in the third chapter, I believe, or this is the third episode. Okay. So let's go ahead. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Nevada. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing you get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. That's not my problem. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only two small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? She's broke. Straight up, she's just broke. She's broke. She wanted us to go over there because she wanted us to buy a snack, but she's broke. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Sigma mindset. So either you're not hungry or want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Her face is in the book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Nevada to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and I had to accept the retribution. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have to come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. So she tricked us, tricked the club, and tricked Natsuki. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles on the desk. What was that? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Goddamn, this girl ain't eaten in like 2 weeks. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of the seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite at Natsuki's cookie. Mouthful, Sayori trots off to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Oh, maybe she does have a boyfriend. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys won't worry or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. She on the piano like making little beats and shit and whatnot. I'ma ask her if she could send me a piano. I'll go ahead and sample that bitch real quick and just, nice little freestyle on it. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Newt, Nevada. Women moment, bro. Women moment. Instead of learning to practice piano for herself, she'd rather learn how to practice piano for us. Amazing. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. That girl hungry. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave to me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up on listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature's all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual, but it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. See, for me, it'd probably be like screenplays or a script for a video essay or something like that, or a book, like here, let's see, or a book on how to write by Save the Cat by damn, what's this dude's name? Blake Snyder. If you're gonna practice screenwriting or something, or just need something, I picked it up. But quite possibly the only other book that I read is based on my favorite movie from 1979, The Warriors. But this one's nothing compared like the movie. If you've seen that movie, drop me a quote, or a quote from the video game, or a quote from the book, and I'll see if I can remember from what scene it is, or chapter, or a little piece, or whatever. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we came up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place, even if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really serious. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes. Good thinking. My question is, besides Natsuki, do any of these girls know how to cook? Cause girl with the bow tie, Sayori, she tricked Natsuki. Does Sayori know how to cook? I feel like not. I mean, if her room's dirty as hell, damn, you live like this? Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. So the dude falls asleep and then you just wake up and it just looks like... You sleeping, bro? What you sleeping about, bro? You having a dream? Aw, that's good, big bro. That's good. What you dreaming about? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, that Vanguard beta though needs to be a little delayed, don't it? Yeah. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? And that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? Me personally, I'm fine with that, bro. I'm fine with that. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around herself. Sayori be sleeping like in the Russian sleep experiment, bruh. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair's just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. You meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's that's gonna fucked up. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Your blazer's a little messed up, bro. Let me get that for you, bro. Let me get that for you. Yeah, I got you. I got you, big bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's how I feel it looks and it would sound like. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The bottom might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Okay. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. I don't know. No. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed early. Fine. It's a deal. Please don't get mad at me, but today we're drinking sparkling water. The mango one. It's good. It tastes like mango. If you don't want to drink soda, it's pretty good. If you have indigestion, this would be good too. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. It's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Nuke Nevada, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I felt to sound enthusiastic. Oh, yeah, same. 43-year-old man goes through a midlife crisis. What a wonderful day we're having. The sky looks beautiful. Let's just ignore the fact that my wife divorced me and I can't even see my kids anymore. The house got taken by the IRS. My car got repossessed. Life is beautiful. I'm so happy. I felt to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still tries a way to retrieve her poem. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay, so last time I went with Yuri. Let's go with Natsuki, because she made the cookies. What? I'm up in the cup. You know who it is. A blazer with a couple button up. What? I'm up in the school. Up on the table, up on the desk. I might look happy, but my character depressed. Alright, let's just keep it going, man. I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. That may be true, but I just want to try something different. I'm still figuring this one out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't correct. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. So, I think I've noticed something. Over the course of the now third episode, each poem we write, depending on whoever we show it to, one person will like it, the other one won't. One of us will give us an opinion. So I feel like if we make ours like more nicer, more appealing, Natsuki would like it more, but maybe Yuri wouldn't, or maybe Yuri would understand the fact that Natsuki would like it. So I don't know if this affects the game at all. Okay, so let's see what it says. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always hear her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Wow. So in this poem, she's talking about a girl named Amy. Amy likes spiders, but this person in particular does not like spiders at all. She thinks they're ugly. She thinks they're disgusting. She thinks they're scary. Amy sings really nice. Amy sings her favorite song. Amy helped her out in a time of need, and she still ignores all of that and focuses on the fact that she loves spiders. So it doesn't matter what else she did, it's just that she likes spiders. She doesn't like people who like spiders. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain a complicated issue with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree, the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter, it can be about anything. Oh, so Natsuki actually talks about herself in these poems. I wrote it to be easy to relate on. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Who should I show to my poem next? We'll go with Monica. That was good. Hi again, Nuke Nevada. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'm trying to talk like that dude from the Smiling Friends pilot. If you've seen it, I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You'll never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyways, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, and blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop, violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sighing, coaxing, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Is the game telling me to save and then the load? How do I save? How can I save? How can I save? How can I save? It's even more extra than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way that I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to spread your words can totally change the mood of your poem. It's almost like magic. The way I write the lines really short, so makes it feel like you're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult situation. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. It's not talking about poems anymore. It's literally talking to me, the player now. It's telling me that if there's a difficult decision, to save it. I think there's going to be different outcomes to it later on. You never know when you might change your mind or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this a tip even about... Bro, if I did not figure out now, it's literally telling me. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Sayori. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Nuked Nevada. I love it, especially after yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Nuked Nevada poem. When you watch this video, it's not just a video, it's Nuked Nevada's video. And that's what makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs this shit against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Please don't do that. Please do not get your phone, your tablet, your computer, and do that. Please do not. I do not want to hear about it in the comment section, guys. Well, I'm not very good at figuring it out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. You can't help others out if you don't help out yourself. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, a sad poem can help give a rain cloud a little hug and make the night a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Nuked Nevada. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like bundles of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring dark cave. Discovering the secrets, hiding the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically put them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I could hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Damn. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this. I hope you keep it up. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show her my poem next? There's no one else. It's just Yuri, bro. It's the last one. Why are you asking who's next? Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good. Nuked Nevada. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's very intimate exercise, I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have one example if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this a poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my windows. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendency. As an unordinary human, I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto this newly satisfied animals. That raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. That raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Each time I bandage my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. The Pavlovian condition that she's talking about is basically they had this experiment where they had these dogs and they would ring a bell before giving this dog like food or snack, and over the course of a week, whenever the dog would hear the bell, he'd expect there to be food or a snack. For some days or sometimes they would give the food way later, or they wouldn't give him any snack or food, and the dog would start getting hungry and he would start getting like Happy because he expected food but there was no food there. The dog got conditioned. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's the sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how much it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's very interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems. I have something planned out, so if everyone could sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Though we don't have something to do for the festival. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put anything together in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event, but the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of the time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't start putting up those posters already, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone up until a couple days ago. It's a lot for them to ask their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others, to inspire them to find the same things that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it too. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reading them in front of each other? No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone else feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. She flips to her specific poem she has in mind for herself. She stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over the podium. This poem is called... She glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why she suddenly put in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like that what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering voice transforms into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structures that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off so guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri hops out of the chair and she fully walks over to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Aha, sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like it's in front of the mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori said it is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I got to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Nuke Nevada liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. Sayori likes us a lot. Way too much. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. It might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. I know what you mean. That's why I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Nuke Nevada. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Nuke Nevada lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stand in front of everybody in the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into. Despite that, once I finished, I receive applause anyways. Sorry I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That is something that I'll improve over time though. Maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, Why Are You All Looking At Me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. Well, she's still a little her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The word feels like they bounce up and down as if it's giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you wouldn't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets to let me know ahead of time which I'll be reciting. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already presently surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yup. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make it such a big deal. It must be a little nice, though. I mean, shit, I mean, we could walk with all four of them, Just, I'm just saying, bro, Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, nothing about it. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Hey, they get a little jealous. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things had already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? Shit, I walk with her, bro. What you expect? The character's for everybody, bro. What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Should I save here? We'll save. Just for later gameplay, I guess. Cool. I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. She's putting us in the spotlight, guys. Ah, man. We'll go with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Newton Van. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted. So Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Wow. Okay, so we'll write the poem and I'll end it here and we'll go to the next one. Let's make this one a little more like pleasant. We'll do excitement, playground, a rainbow, silly, lucky, treasure, charm, sunny, heaven sent, special, pleasure, warm, bubbles. I don't know. I still don't know what that means. Kawaii. Wonderful. Fun. Clouds. Love. And then we'll end it off with like misfortune. and to atone. Alright guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.